Hello, I'm Peter, and in this video I'll show you how to use our self-service portal. To access the self-service portal, you'll need to visit the CITS website by double-clicking on the IT icon on your desktop and selecting Service Desk. You'll be automatically logged into the portal. However, if you are prompted for credentials, you can use your Windows username and password, prefixing the username with ICT /. The portal will load and you'll be presented with the home screen. Clicking the logo in the top left of the screen will always return you to the portal homepage. The search box will allow you to find relevant knowledge articles as well as support and service request offerings related to your search. Knowledge articles are there to help you solve an issue yourself or give you pertinent information you may otherwise have been advised of by our support teams. Articles can direct you to specific telephone numbers, link you to FAQs, or take you to a bite-sized, step-by-step guide relevant to your search. They are continually updated by our support teams, so are always worth checking. The support and service offerings are preset forms which allow you to log specific service or support requests. They are the most efficient way you can log a request with our teams. The templates present you with predefined questions that will help our support teams to resolve your request, hopefully without contacting you for more information. Category buttons provide an alternative route to knowledge articles and preset requests. You can browse through a list of articles as well as service and support requests related to that category. You will also find news articles related to services within the category, so you can instantly see if there's a known problem with a particular service. The new request button is the support wizard. From here, you can describe your problem and the system will return what it thinks are relevant solutions. These may be in the form of knowledge articles or service or support requests. If none of the suggested solutions are suitable for you, you have the option to create a new request that doesn't use one of the preset forms. Your to-do list is at the top of the page where you have quick access to request solutions awaiting your acceptance and requests awaiting further information. You will be notified by email when one of our support teams has updated your request, so you can use this list to quickly find and update that request. The portal menu gives you access to view all of your current and previous requests, and the option to update your profile. In the profile, you can set your display picture and your preferred language for the portal. Finally, the side panel displays a range of extra information that's automatically updated based on how you use the portal. You will see recently used offerings as well as news items that relate to system outages and known system faults. To search our knowledge articles, simply type your question into the search field at the top of the page. In this example, I'd like to know how I can access the staff Wi-Fi. I type, "How do I access staff Wi-Fi?" in the search field and press return on the keyboard. A number of articles are returned, but the top one seems relevant to my question. Clicking Read Article opens the knowledge article and I'm presented with a short page on how I can set up staff Wi-Fi. Next, I'd like to know how to share my NHS Mail calendar. I enter my question into the search bar and hit return. The results again show a list of articles as well as a news article. The news article has appeared because there's a current known problem with NHS Mail, but as that's not relevant to my request, I can ignore it. The second option looks like the article I'm looking for. Clicking Read Article presents me with a step-by-step guide on sharing my calendar with colleagues in NHS Mail. I can click the helpful thumbs up as I found this article useful. I can find offerings in the same way as knowledge articles. In this example, I'd like to request access to a shared folder. I type "request access to a shared folder" in the search field and press return. I can see the second option is the service I'm looking for, as the first option is for folder owners only. To start the request process, I'll click Request Service. At the top of the offering, there are a few notes to read through. Once I've read through the notes, I can start completing the form. You will see in the business justification field, also known as the description field, that it has been populated with text I entered into the search field on the home page. It also has a red asterisk next to the field indicating it's a required field that needs to be completed before submitting the form. After updating the business justification field, I'm going to update the remaining fields with the information I know and click submit. I'm notified that a request has been successfully created and I'm given a reference number for that request. I'm also sent an email with the details of that request. I'm also having a problem with my generic email account. I want to be able to send as, but when I click send as, I just get an error. To raise a support request for this, I'm going to click the email button on the home page of the portal. I can see the third option down will allow me to raise an email support request. Clicking on support request takes me to the support offering. Reading through the notes at the top of the page, I can see I'm in the right place, so I'm going to fill out this form. You'll notice the location field is pre-populated. This information comes from your Windows account. If it's not accurate, you can click the drop-down arrow to update the location for this request. After completing the remainder of the form, I click submit. A message appears saying that my request has been logged, along with a new reference number. An email is also sent to me with these details. A new request can also be raised by clicking the New Request button at the top of the page. After clicking the button, I'm asked to enter a description of my problem. I'm unable to print to my network printer. I'm sending the document but nothing's coming out of the printer. I enter this into the answer field. The system then prompts me with some possible solutions and request offerings. As none of these seem appropriate, I'm going to click Create a Standard Support Request. The problem description is already populated with what I typed earlier. As I've nothing more to add, I'll leave that field and continue filling out the rest of the fields. Always try to include the CITS PC number of the machine you're working from, as this could help support teams resolve your request. This issue is blocking me from doing parts of my job, so I'm going to adjust how it's affecting me accordingly. Now that I've added in my contact details, I'm going to click submit. I'm now presented with my request reference number. I'll receive an email with the request details once it's been picked up by the service desk and assigned to the appropriate support team. To access current or closed requests, click on Your Requests under your name in the side panel. Here you can view the status of outstanding requests and see any updates made by clicking on the request title. You can update the request by entering any further details in the box at the bottom of the page, or mark the request as being resolved by clicking Mark as Resolved below the description. When a request is pending your acceptance, Accept and Reject buttons will appear. Clicking Accept will close the request, whereas Reject will keep the request open. If you click Reject, you should update the request using the text box at the bottom of the page to describe what's still happening. Further down the sidebar on the home page, you will see a new section. This will be populated with information about system faults, system updates, and planned downtime. The articles can be read by clicking on their headings. If you experience a system fault, it's worth checking whether we are aware of the problem and there's a news article relating to the problem before contacting the service desk. This concludes the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise a support request or contact us on 01209 881717.